Alrighty. Hello, my beautiful friend.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good.
That's
pretty
good. That's
yes, good. Yes. So how many weeks are you now?
I am 30-ish weeks.
30-ish weeks.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So proper third trimester. This would be our first third trimester podcast. Nice.
Yeah.
What's the difference for you at the moment? What's the transitions been?
I definitely have had... I just feel like I'm pregnant. That's all I can say. But not in a really negative way. It's kind of good in a way. But I think I feel... I've just, noticed that I'm pregnant a lot more. Because, like, before... Like, I've got quite a long torso, so I've been carrying her quite... Like, she just kind of hides away, Like, she doesn't... She kicks a lot and stuff, but, just sort of like she's getting bigger and my body's getting ready to bring her into the world, and it's just becoming apparent. And I'm changing, in the way, like, I can feel my brain changing as well. Like, it's really interesting, and I don't know whether I have just, like, I don't know whether I'm just more aware of that, but I just can feel... The way I once felt about something, I'm like, maybe not. You know what I mean?
Do you want to delve into that a little deeper? You feel your brain's changing?
Yes, just like, you're just a bit retarded, just in general. As in, like, just little things, and they're pretty funny, but you just don't pick up on them in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, I often will put, like, the things that definitely need to go in the fridge in the pantry. And I don't realise until that night. And then I fuck the yogurt, you know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, I really wanted that. But then, like, I think my lack of fucks is ridiculous. As in,
amazing.
To do with when I fuck something up or whatever, I'm just like, so just fucking...
It is what it is.
And, it's really... And I've noticed there's physically... she's obviously kicking, like, stronger and, into my ribs and, like, dancing down into my vagina, it feels. And kind of feels like she's tickling my vagina sometimes. And, it's like, I'm like, oh, okay. But then emotionally, I think... I actually feel stronger emotionally now, for sure. I actually am kind of enjoying it now more than the second trimester and the first trimester.
Amazing.
Don't know why. I just feel more... Maybe it's because the hormones are stronger and, like, they just feel so different. You just feel so different. You just feel like... I feel like I'm in a little days most of the time. Yeah, that's honestly how I feel. And if, like, I'm tired, I just feel like the world's zooming around me and I'm sort of like, just like I'm in my own world. That's literally what it feels like.
Amazing.
Yeah,
you were saying before when you got here, you're like, I don't feel, how do I feel? I'm not tired, I'm just chilling. And it's really nice. And I just thought, that's so true.
And I mean, obviously I have days where I'm like full of beans, and then I have days where I just feel really tired, and like everyone does, you know, it's just like everyone's just flowing.
Absolutely.
But I'll notice that I'm getting pretty, like, if I notice, like, men look at me for too long or, like, look at my belly and they're being creepy, like, or, like, just look at my body, I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? Like, I'm a lot more assertive of my boundaries. Let's just say that. I got pretty triggered at the library the other day.
What happened?
Just like I had repeatedly had men just like looking at me, and I actually was on a shoot and I had a guy like at an event, and I had a guy just like hitting on me, and I was like, I'm so pregnant, like, leave me alone. It was really weird.
Did you say that?
No, I just like ignored him.
Yeah, good.
But it just felt really strange. I was like, it just feels so like sacred, and I feel like you're so vulnerable when you're pregnant, and it's like, what are you doing?
I feel like that's a super weird thing to do, to hit on a pregnant woman.
It felt weird.
Yeah.
It made me really uncomfortable. I was like, and then like, I'm fucking walking around this event just taking photos of everyone.
Yes.
When I take a photo of you, it's not because they want to have sex with you. Yeah. I have a partner, and I also have a baby in my belly. was
Even if I didn't have a partner, I have a fucking baby in my belly. I'm about to give birth.
Yeah, it's not on my mind.
Yes.
Not on my mind.
Yes.
At all.
No way would you let some stranger's penis in your vagina where there's a baby inside.
Oh, no. Oh. Yeah, so they're the changes.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. But I have noticed it's just different.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed through your pregnancy, and it almost feels like stronger and stronger every week, and I feel like you even like lean into it more and more every week, is that you're saying, how do I say it? Like I think you called it your bullshit radar, or people kind of treating you in a way, or just being a bit, dismissive, or you in your people pleasing tendencies, you're just like getting rid of them.
Oh yeah,
entirely.
I don't think they exist in me right now.
I just think that's so good.
Yeah, it's like, it's been really good.
Yes,
it's been really good and really and it's been challenging though. Yeah, like having to have conversations that I'm like, fucking hell, I've never had to do this before. And then like, I have a beautiful friend and that she works a lot with like parts integration and how like there's different parts of ourselves. Yes. I think we've maybe even spoken about
Absolutely. I'm super interested in this.
Yeah. So she really helps me just like realize that that's just a part of myself and kind of like blend them together. Yeah. Or decide which part that you want to walk with. Yeah. So like, for example, that's like, I feel like somebody is really fucking stepping a boundary with me, and it's a new kind of level of a boundary that I've set on myself of like a respect that I need or a need that I need. Yeah. And actually standing in the fire of that, not just being like, oh, it's too hard, I can't like, but just standing in that and like it brings up, this part needs that from you, needs you to stand in that. But then this other part of you is like, oh, it's too hard. Like, no, it's easier to just stay quiet. But this part is so much stronger now. Amazing. And I know that this is the part I need to lead with into motherhood. Absolutely. Because I'm like, well, it's not going to get any easier, as in people are just going to continue to do their shit. And I've just got to make sure that I'm okay and my family's okay, and you know what I mean? And like what we're accepting as okay as well. Because we're not here to as much as I think like the two can coexist, as in you can set boundaries and lead with that part that needs something different from a place of love. And if somebody doesn't receive it in that way, it's often just their shit. If you're not being a cunt about it. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, if you're expressing to someone like, hey, this makes me feel like this and this is what I need from you. Yes. And they're not able to do that, or they take it as an attack or whatever. Yeah. It's actually their shit that they've got to sit in. Couldn't and being okay with that, and that you're going to trigger people. Yeah. And realizing that, like, I actually really do trigger people, and that's okay. Yeah. Like, I'm going to continue to.
And that people-pleasing part is often us not wanting to trigger people, so us putting ourselves out in order to satiate their smaller parts of themselves. Yes. And you're so right. Yeah. It's like that's not our problem.
It's definitely been a big theme for Brenton and I. And I think a lot of situations have arisen that have really highlighted areas in that we need to let go, and they continue to come. So
fucking earth preaching.
It's just that's a big theme, especially at the moment. So, and that's been it has been really powerful. Like, it was like I was at the beach the other day and just like going through this process of like acknowledging that part of myself, and then I'm like, I've never walked with that. We've never walked with her so strongly. And it's so powerful, and I felt this like sense of power and invincibility almost. Yeah. And like the more I lean into that way, the better it feels, even though it's like still uncomfortable.
Absolutely, absolutely. Can I ask, these parts that you want to move away from? What do they look like for you?
Just like putting everyone above myself. Yeah, and what I need and what my nervous system needs, and what like I need in my relationships. And that's not just, and what I will sacrifice to I don't know, like I definitely think that, you know, there is going to be sacrifice sometimes, and sometimes you do just have to be like, fuck, all right, I got to do this for this person because of X, Y, and Z. Totally. It's not about not giving. And when you're looking after yourself, it doesn't mean, I actually think this is what I noticed is like, I just completely have noticed that I'll run out of just capacity at all. And this is happening to my partner and I, of like, just everyone's shit. It's just like no more, like there's no more space to move, and then you just don't, as in you just not responsive. And that's what I've become. I would just like, I just got to a point couple weeks ago where I was like, I need to just take a step back from all of this and just realize that like this time for me and my baby is so sacred, and I'm not going to allow my energy to be so everyone else's, because it's not, it's mine. And it was sort of like a taking back of my power. And the more that I did that, and the more that I like, you know, didn't respond to people if I didn't want to, and didn't do what I wanted to do, I actually ended up having more space inside to eventually reply from a place of love, but not reply from a place of resentment, or not show up from a place of resentment, because it started to feel like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's just really interesting, I guess, you know, when you are pregnant and, you know, you're about to have a baby, everyone's so excited, but it's like, where were you, like, you know?
Yeah.
And that's been something that's been coming up as well. It's like, where were you for the past however many years?
Yeah, and then they've just showed up now that you're pregnant, being like, oh, congrats, how you feeling? Blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
Totally. That's a big one. That's a big one that I know a lot of people experience when they're pregnant.
Really?
And people expecting things of you, or you to like have this thing for them because you're pregnant. And yeah, it's really interesting. I know a lot of people who feel like that.
Wow.
And not only from like family, but friends, and yeah, but then you're also at like your lowest capacity to give.
Definitely.
You're like at
and you're most internal. Like there's so many internal shifts.
Very internal.
Into becoming a mum and all that stuff, that you don't have all this external like socializing extroversion to give. Yeah, that's interesting. I find that really funny, and I'm sure, like, you're right, but I just, from my perspective as, like, a non-pregnant person, if someone falls pregnant that I haven't spoken to in a couple of years, like, nothing inside me feels a need to reach out to them and say, hey, you know.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I think
that's me as, like, a pregnancy guru, you know, like.
Yeah, and I think I definitely feel the most, I actually realised, that I was like kind of remodeling some behaviors of like my family as well, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to do that. So that was a really good insight, and I've started to like really tune into like, it's probably the most comfortable and excited I've felt about actually like becoming a mum, and like being able to visualize that. And I don't know whether that's just like a hormonal thing and like there's shifts and stuff, but it's like I definitely like am excited now.
Amazing.
And it's not like a dreading feeling, which I was experiencing in the first 2 trimesters. Like every now and then would just be like, holy fuck, and like a lot of grieving, like of the past version of myself.
Yeah.
Because now no matter what happens, I'm like different.
Yes.
You know, like it's not like I had someone talking to me the other day at yoga, and they were just like, yeah, but you know, after she's out, like you'll be like back to how you used to be. And I'm just like, no fucking way.
No way. Nor do I want to be.
No way. And yeah, so that's been interesting.
That is interesting. But it's that, as you were saying about before, the comfort levels, right? So it's always, even if you're like growing into a better version of yourself that you like of yourself more, it's always scary and intimidating and uncomfortable to go away from what we're comfortable with.
Yeah,
what we're used to.
Totally. So yeah, it's, and just getting clearer on what I want to do with my career and like take my photography, and yeah, it's just been good. I feel like my mind has been expanding. Definitely not going like this. It's like opening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you think the part of you that, you know, puts everyone else first before yourself, do you think that comes from a place of, you know, you need to put them first for them to like you, or for you to be worthy of their like attention or anything like that?
Yeah, or not to like upset people is probably my thing.
Yeah,
like I hate, like I'll be like even with my partner, I'll just be like, oh, I just don't want to bring that up because I just don't want to like create any drama or whatever.
Totally.
But then it's like, you just have to sometimes. Just
Absolutely.
bite the bullet. Especially at the moment, it's like actually sitting in those uncomfortable conversations because it does come to a resolve eventually.
Yes. Yeah, couldn't agree more. Because I just think it's such a different thing. Like, as you say, you don't want to be selfish, as in, like, lead this whole life towards yourself. And that's not what we're talking about, where you only do things that you want to do. But it's a completely different thing driving to see someone, buying someone a gift from a place of pure love, wanting to make their day better, showing them support, appreciation, as opposed to needing to impress them, as opposed to needing to buy their love or to give so much thinking that that's what you need to do for them to love you. Like, they're just two completely different intents. And I just feel like that's something I've really worked on as well, which is like, you don't need to go above and beyond for them to like you.
No, and I definitely think I used to feel like that a lot at school and like as a younger girl.
Yeah.
Like even going out and drinking and stuff, even when that wasn't what I like actually felt like I should be doing. So it's interesting. And just being like, no, I'm not going to do that.
So true.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and if they don't want to hang out with me because I don't want to do that, then that's their problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know you had a little event with the Braxton Hicks over the last few weeks. Do you want to talk about that? Because I know that's something that a decent amount of my mamas will go through and they're like, what the heck?
Yeah, I already knew what they were, as in, because I think I even had some in the second trimester.
Yeah.
Like there was like a tightening going on.
Yeah.
But then, probably like as soon as I came into my third trimester, they definitely ramped up. I remember like laying on the couch one wee hours of the morning. If you know, you know. Just having some sort of rice cracker.
With some peanut butter.
Yeah, definitely. I'm like concerned with how much peanut butter this child has consumed.
Keep going, Lib. Keep going.
It's fine. I'm like, could be worse. Anyway, I'm like, I'll boil eggs and have them at 2 a.m. But who fucking wants to eat eggs at 2 a.m.?
No,
it's like,
you.
no, I don't want to. Anyway.
No.
So yeah, I was laying there and I noticed I noticed a hardening and I was like, I think I'm getting those Braxton Hicksies again. And then they just came on quite strong and frequently the other day. But it was after I had let's say sexual intercourse. I don't know why I make it so awkward. After I had been intimate.
I'd had sexual relations with my partner.
No, after we had gotten down and dirty, and it's not any better. It was the day after that.
Oh, was it
Wait,
the
no,
day
it wasn't.
after?
No, it wasn't.
No.
Don't.
These are two separate events.
These are two separate events.
Talk about that as well.
Yeah. Okay. No. So the Braxton Hicks. They happened actually just this Tuesday past.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been getting them, but then this was like it was a bit of a stressful Monday. As in emotionally for, people around me, and you just kind of pick up on that. And then the Tuesday, I had to get all the stuff done from my Monday, and like this week has just been one of those weeks where like there just isn't any space, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because it's like there's a bit going on. But as in I'm just busy, and then like, Anyway, working for yourself, you know? It's hard to find the time. But anyway, I was down the beach and I was like, I'm just going to chill. But then there was still shit going on. So I think I was a little bit stressed. And then it was just like my belly, I noticed so Monday night, Brenton and I went to a yin class. And when we got home, I said to Brenton, my belly is like rock hard right now. And it hasn't been this hard, like since I haven't noticed it this hard before. And then he was like, whatever. But I was like, whoa. And then I know that it's normal for your belly to go hard. But then it just happened very suddenly. It felt like all at once. And then the next day I was laying down the beach and then it was just like Braxton Hicks after Braxton Hicks. And I was like, whoa, what is happening? And then I could feel her head like in my pelvis.
Yeah.
So then you just get in your head. And I'm like, and the week before I had like the stuff with that discharge / mucus plug thing. And then I was just like, oh my God, like, I'm just noticing now, like, so much more that my body is prepping for labour, which is amazing. It's amazing. It's making me be like, wow, I'm so excited.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
So, like, yeah, I'm still getting them. Like, I still get them every day, but that day in particular was... And I was emotional and there was stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that contributed to it.
Can definitely, potentially, yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's often for me when I lay down and relax that I'll get them.
Yeah.
So I notice if I go to a yin yoga class or...
With a nice little surge of oxytocin, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But down the beach, I always get them. And I'm just, like, watching it go hard and then soft, then hard and soft.
And, like, keeping in mind you're 31-ish weeks, and some women don't experience Braxton Hicks at all, but some women, might experience them from 20 weeks or so, and that can be super normal.
Yeah.
As you were displaying.
Yes.
It just is what it is.
Yeah. So, they're all good.
Yeah. Talk about the mucus plug as well, because that was... interesting. What did Kendra say about that, actually? Actually, tell the story and then say what Kendra said.
She, we just, had sex. And then I was having a lot of leg pain after, like dull leg pain.
Mm-hmm.
My legs were really sore and tight, though. And, could be the oxytocin. Your hormones are just very, you just feel like you're getting pumped, you know?
Yes.
Like you're just getting pumped with them.
Yeah.
So I said to Brenton, I was just like, you're honestly lucky I'm not crying every day.
Yes.
It's hard in here. No, it's not. But I mean, I feel like I could see, like, why, you know? Mm-hmm. And I also got triggered by something the other day, which was, like, I just had it was, like, intense emotion so quickly. I was just, like, just burst into tears and just cried for so long. But, like...
Hectic.
Not, like, me not pregnant. Wouldn't have cared. But I wouldn't also have been crying about what I was crying about. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was just like, I just want to do something fun. Like, I did fully just go, like, full girl mode. But, like, I was like, because the surfing...
Sometimes you just got to give yourself permission to be like, I'm going to be a sook or dramatic right now and just let myself...
The surf's been good and I've just had FOMO and then I just was like, I just need to do something fucking fun. I just want to do something fun. I need some fun in my life. All I do is work, but I love what I do. So I'm like... whatever.
I know what you mean.
And then, Brenton was like, I'm going to go to this tonight. And I was like, can I come? And he's like, it's for musicians. And I was like,
boys only, no girls allowed.
And I was like, I don't care. I want to do it. And I'm like racking my brain. I'm like, I could go bowling. I could do bowling. I felt like the biggest fucking loser. I know,
I hate those feelings.
I was like, I suck.
No one would suck out with me.
Literally, I'm like racking my brain. It's like a Tuesday night. I'm just like, oh God, like I need to do something fun. And then I just like literally, I remember I was like, no, you know what I'll do? I'll just stay at the beach until it goes dark. And then I did. It was really good.
That's epic.
I didn't even do anything. I was just at the beach, just like, this is so weird. Pregnancy is so weird. Literally me. I was just like, that's when I started thinking, it's not forever.
Yes.
I got this.
This is just temporary.
This is temporary. And I just keep saying to Brenton when he goes for a surf, I'm just like, it's another one. It's another one I got in my bag.
Yes. You're going to be sitting on the beach with little one while you go out surfing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're cashing them in.
Yes.
I did actually try surf the other week, maybe 3 weeks ago. Yeah, but no, like it was just like we were pushing some of Brenton's cousins onto waves and stuff. So it was like chill. And I was like, I'll just fucking give it a go.
Yeah.
Did not feel good. Like,
nah.
You just like can't relax. Like I feel like to surf, you just need to be relaxed and in tune with your body. But I was just so aware of her, and like my belly isn't even that big. Like,
yes.
And I just like I got up and was like, wow, and then fell off, and I was just like, that sucked.
I
was like, I may as well have not have done that. Literally, I was like, that kind of sucked.
But I needed to confirm that I was definitely past that stage.
Yeah, it just definitely confirmed it. I kind of sometimes I think about like just going out and paddling on your knees, but then it's like that pressure of like leaning over. It's
like that cat cow that you were talking about, isn't it?
The cat cow.
Like that position.
Oh no, the child's pose.
Fuck yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Cat cow feels great.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't go as far though.
No way.
I'm like I took a video of myself this morning. I was like, oh my gosh, I just have no movement there. I actually always feel like my neck is like a bit tight. My whole body's tight.
Yes.
Yeah, my whole body's tight.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair. So you you had sex, you felt pain in your legs.
We just went on a bit of a tangent. And then the next morning and that was all day.
Yeah.
The
pain was pretty chronic, hey?
It was chronic at the start, yeah. Like I had to like kind of lay down on the ground.
Yeah.
It was only when I was standing up, so it must be the blood coming down or something. Don't know.
Yeah.
And then I would lay on the ground until I like felt like I was good again, and then get back up and pretend that I was fine. I was like, yeah, I'm fine, it's all good. Brenton's like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, oh, I'm just having some weird cramps, like just very downplaying it. Yes. I just didn't want him to worry because I knew it would be fine because I had that before, but not as intense.
Yes.
So, yeah. But then I eventually kind of tied off when I got a massage. I messaged her saying, hey, because I was having some leg cramps. I said to her, I was like, hey, can you give me a stronger massage, please, on my legs? Because if you know, you know. You go get a massage when you're pregnant and they're just like...
soft.
I'm like, fucking, this is when I need you to get in there. Like,
yes.
You actually do. Like,
so true.
I get it.
So
I get why you don't.
Mamas say that all the time. It's very soft. They're like,
you need to get in.
You need to get in.
And I give you permission.
Yeah.
If something doesn't feel right,
ask permission. If they give permission, do it.
Yeah, fully. Yeah. But yeah, she was like, yeah, I just won't do this, like, just won't do these parts in your lower back. And I was like, cool. So then when I got that was so good.
Amazing.
But yeah, next morning woke up and then I just had like a lot of like, and I haven't had heaps of discharge while I've been pregnant either. I'm not a discharge girl normally.
Yeah, okay.
Like
even pre-pregnancy?
Nah.
Interesting. I would say I'm probably a discharge gal.
I'm not.
It like tells me everything with my cycle.
I honestly don't wear undies most of the time.
Yeah, see, I hear people say that and it's enticing, but literally because of that, I'm like,
yeah, well, that's what my friend said. She goes, what about like if you get discharged? And I was like, I don't.
Interesting.
And I still, like, pregnant, I haven't worn undies often. I am today, just for you guys, but like...
You are welcome.
Just in case. No, because it's actually, like, I feel so much better without underwear.
Yeah, fair.
And I so I've read this book, Down to Earth Birth, and by, can't remember.
Recommend?
Yeah, good book.
Nice.
Good book. Good book. It's...
I smart.
I feel like I'm losing IQs every day. Literally, and you know what's the worst? When like I just forget who people are. I'm like, I know them, but I don't in this moment. I don't know who you are. Are you talking to me?
That's so funny.
Happens all the time. But anyway, especially in shopping centres because I'm already like overstimulated, having a hard time in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This place is fucking egg.
It's a fucking lot going grocery shopping.
It is a lot going grocery shopping.
It is at the best of times, let alone. Yeah.
Anyway, back on track. What was I talking about?
You messaged your massage person about the cramps. Got that done.
Discharge.
That's
right. Sorry, everyone. Work with me. Work with me here. Work with me here. Oh. It's hot. No. Okay, bring it back. You got this. Woke up, was like, whoa, that's a lot of discharge. And then I'm like, whoa, that's like really like, it wasn't just discharge. It was like jelly, like kind of like a yellow tinge.
Yeah.
And like a lot of it. I was like, whoa, that's so much. And then I was like, whatever. I just didn't think anything of it. And then like I went to Pilates and in the class I was just like, I actually went to the toilet again before Pilates and there was a bit more and it was the same sort of texture. And I was like, that's weird. And then I'm like, that's weird. Like I just noticed that the discharge was weird and I was like, okay. And then, and then a few times that day a bit more came out. But then since that day, no more has come out. So, although this morning a tiny bit did, but that we also had sex. So I think it's after I have sex. It seems to be that if it's the mucus, this little bit of my mucus plug comes out.
Yeah.
So,
and for those at home who may not have heard of a mucus plug, it's essentially our body in pregnancy. It's incredible. Will create this mucus plug quite literally on the outside of the cervix as your pregnancy develops, and it's an extra line of protection to prevent bugs, infection, bacteria from getting through the cervix into your uterus to your babe. So that's the intent of it. Super normal for when we have cervical changes for it to release. But then also, if it, like a penis is rubbing up on it, then that's going to encourage it to release as well. Plus, obviously, sex does relax the cervix as well. So what did Candace say about that?
She wasn't concerned.
Awesome.
She said it could be a yeast infection.
Yeah, but we don't think it's that.
No, because it only happened that one day.
And it's gone.
And I don't have any other symptoms of a yeast infection.
No. And it didn't look like a yeast infection.
Yeah, but I think she just wasn't worried.
Yeah,
and I wasn't worried.
And the thing is, the mucus plug, even if it was that and it released a little bit, it will recreate.
Yeah,
you know, it's not like you just get one amount and then it's gone.
And I did Google it, which I don't often do, but I have got into a bit of a habit of it lately. I'm just like curious.
Careful.
Pardon?
Careful.
Yeah, you got to be careful on there, girls.
Yes.
And that's what everyone was saying.
Yes.
Normal to lose it, and then you can and then sometimes it means that you could go into labour, but it also means that probably you won't. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes. So that was that. So it wasn't really, again, just like my body being more pregnant. You know? Like me being more pregnant.
Yeah. 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 Agreed.
And like if your mucus plug breaks and then like, you know, you start leaking, that's probably when you need to be a little bit, you know, probably go to the hospital.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you're before 30.
Losing waters and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Or like having contractions and stuff like that obviously means something else, but I wasn't having anything else.
No. And it was pure like mucus coming out. It wasn't like it was watery.
It wasn't watery. It wasn't, there wasn't blood in it. It wasn't, it was fine.
Yeah.
But it definitely made me be like, okay, I'm going to give birth in a few months' time.
Yes. Well, in saying that, talk about this conversation you had yesterday with Candace and Brenton. Candace, sorry.
Canvas.
And, about how it was kind of like, how it made you feel towards birth. So I thought that was pretty cool.
So we had our 30-week appointment yesterday, which is just crazy. It's been 30 weeks. But anyway.
Although to think that at the start you're in Western Australia.
Oh my God.
Like that feels fucking ages ago.
Yes, we had a conversation about, like, it's just getting 32 weeks. They do like a birth plan kind of.
Yeah.
That's when she wants to do the birth plan thing. I don't know if it's just normal or whatever. So she gave Brenton and I like a sheet of paper that kind of had all of the things that we would want for the home birth, and then if we have to transfer to the hospital and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then she kind of talked us through the journey of like the dance of birth, she was calling it, and you know, the hormones and the different phases and she just explained it in such a beautiful way. Like Brent and I were both just like so captivated with how she was like talking, and we were just like, and then like, you know, she was talking about, you know, you get to the stage where like I will like not be there anymore, you know, like that I've kind of gotten out of my cognitive brain.
Yes.
And I've gone somewhere else. And I was, and that was, I think, when Brenton just like started crying, and then, but it made me be like, fuck yeah.
So
I'm
excited.
So excited, yeah.
Yes.
But to even know that information and to just be exposed to that, like it's so nice, you know, like, and someone who respects the natural flow of it and is aware of like what actually needs to happen, and so that's been really nice. And then we're like really excited to sit down and do it, like do the thing together, figure out what we want, and it's literally just going to be Brenton and I and the midwives, and
amazing.
Just have a carrot cake when she's here.
Yes.
I'll get a TENS machine for early labour.
Fantastic.
Something that Candace said that was amazing was she said it doesn't get harder. That's something that she's like really highlighted, that in labour, like, you know, it's often thought that it gets harder or more intense, and she said that's not actually true. Like you don't. She said you get way better at dealing with, like, coping with the pain and coping with the sensation. And I really loved that.
I love that too. Because now that you say that, everyone says like, oh, fuck, if this is just the start, it's only going to get harder.
And then that's the mind frame that people get into, and then they stress themselves out thinking that they've got however long of it getting more intense, but you actually just become better at dealing with the contractions.
Yeah.
If you let yourself.
You're so right.
And then like apart from being, like instead of being like, oh, fuck, another one's coming, I can't do this anymore, and then, like, constricting through the body. Like, she's just like, you just have to let go and let your body do the work. She's like, you actually don't have to do anything. And, like, just knowing that, you can actually just relax and rest. Yeah. And just actually just completely surrender.
Just let it flow.
And that's probably the hardest thing to do, but it's also the thing you need to do.
Yeah.
And then she talked about, when, like, you know, you go into that phase of just being not here, and then things intensify again, and that's when like she's about to come, like, and then you might have that moment of like, I fucking can't do this.
Yes.
And then that's when, you know, you have your people there. I feel like affirmation's really important for me, like people telling me that I can do it, and you know what I mean. I think that will be important for me,
definitely.
And then your baby comes.
Absolutely. Simple as that. It's, I really like that perspective, actually, now that you say that, because it's almost like, the contractions do become, like, closer together and more intense, but then you also get higher in that labour land that, you know, arguably gets easier.
Yeah, well, that's what she said. She said that, you know, the start's the hardest.
It's interesting.
And I was like, oh, it's great to know.
Yeah.
Like, and you know what? Another thing that Candace said, bless you, Candace, we actually call her our birthing angel. We're like, we love you, Candace.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she actually taught us about breastfeeding the other day, and she was the only fucking person that's ever told me or educated me at the fact that it doesn't have to be awful at the start.
Yes.
Yeah, she was just like, doesn't have to be painful.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Literally, I've had, like, every single person around me tell me, you know, you've just got to get through the first few weeks and then it'll get easier. Yeah. And Candace is like, if you're putting them in the right position and literally putting your boob, like, everyone thinks they just attach to the nipple. Yeah, yeah. And she was telling me about how, like, you know, you put, like, the whole kind of boob in. Yeah. And that actually allows the milk to come out. Yeah. So that was amazing as well. I was like, oh my God. And then, learning about, she's like, you know, the start of labour is the hardest. Yeah. Once you kind of surrender and you're in it. And like you said, your oxytocin's going to continue to rise. Yeah. And that's what's going to bring the baby. Yeah. So if you can actually just like let go. And I'm actually just so excited about it. Yes, yes.
I also heard on that note, I listened to a great podcast the other day. I've been getting into the Great Birth Rebellion. It's a fantastic podcast for anyone out there who listens to this would really like that too. Them saying a podcast is that obviously birth is to do with mindset. I always say birth is more of a mental game than a physical game. But even down to the point of during labour, like she gave this example of in her birth, she laboured, went through a contraction, did her thing through the contraction. And the contraction, it starts off, it's slower, and then it gets a little bit more intense, tighter, and then it peaks. The peak is the like most difficult part of the contraction, but it's short. It's only the peak, and then it troughs, and this part of the contraction is quite easy. And then as she's troughing and she gets to the bottom, she's saying, I can do that again. Like, I can do another contraction. And that mentality, rather than being like, fuck, that was so, oh, thank God that's over. Oh, I don't want to do it again. That perspective shift, I just loved that, like reminding yourself in your head or aloud, either or, being like, I can do it again. It's just like,
because you can.
Yeah. It's just empowering in that moment.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's exciting.
Very exciting. So I know you've kept on moving. You're still moving every day. Yes. Do you want to give a little quick lowdown on what you're up to?
Yeah, so I definitely think movement has been so important. Yeah. I definitely think that I've been a lot sorer. So just being kinder to myself of like, some days it's just going a big walk and, you know, but most days it's like I do a lot of like Pilates, a lot of like hip Pilates based at home. Yeah. And then I go to a Pilates studio and that's mainly just Pilates. I wouldn't say that it's like cardio at all. I did jump on the boxing bag the other day and it didn't feel great, but I think that's because I was just really sore, but I just like noticed that my lower back didn't feel good, so I just like didn't do it.
Nice.
I've been swimming. I try to swim once a week, and
Fantastic.
I love swimming. Like,
Good.
I feel like I should swim more. I just like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, is what it is. But once a week is amazing.
Yeah, but I think movement has been really good for my mental health.
Fantastic.
And it definitely, like, I feel the endorphins. Like, even this morning, I just, like, felt the endorphins from moving.
Yeah.
And I noticed, yeah, it's weird. It is interesting because, like, you know, when you're pregnant, everyone's like, rest. And, like, trust me, I fucking rest. Like,
Yeah.
I'm good for it. Like, I freaking every afternoon, like, I rest. Like, it's not that I don't. And I definitely, pregnancy has probably been the one thing to slow me down.
Yes.
And to make me rest.
Yeah.
Because you need to. Otherwise, you're just, like, destroying yourself.
Totally.
Like, literally, it feels really wrong to, like, push yourself when you... Yeah, like, sometimes you can... I think you're pushing yourself, like, a bit is fine if you feel like you have the energy. Like, for example, like, you know, if... Like, I still, like, love doing burpees and, like, I'm, like... Most pregnant people probably wouldn't love doing burpees. But, like, they've felt really good for me pregnant, and I'm going to keep doing them until they don't. But... And, like, I push myself in that aspect. But, like, you just know when you've got to stop.
Yeah.
And I'll just know when I need to rest. As in, like, wake up in the morning, even if I had an idea in my head of going to Pilates or whatever, then I will just not stretch. But even now, like, I just feel like it doesn't matter how much I stretch, I'm sore. So
Yeah,
I'm
always going to be tight.
Yeah, you're just tighter.
Yeah.
Hips are tighter. Everything's a bit tighter.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
honestly, can't complain too much about the physical stuff. And yeah, it's been pretty chill still. Like, I feel like, yeah, it's this new, obviously, like, the hormones are just increasing, and then it's just this new level of, like, feeling like you're in a little dream.
Yeah.
And then it's getting closer to, like, her coming, so it's like, you know, just being with that, and it's all everything's changing.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. Oh. Is there anything else we wanted to talk about on this podcast? Any other updates?
Anything
from last time? I don't think so. Hey.
No. It's just everything's been good. I can't complain.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah.
Love that for us. Well, thank you so much for jumping on the
actually.
Yeah.
I will say that my affirmation card's out.
Yes.
So I've now released them, my Blooming to Birth affirmation cards.
Amazing.
I completely forgot about that. So you can buy them now on my website.
Yeah.
Which is www.graciepurviscreative.com under the affirmation cards thing. That's my photography website. But if you want to book a shoot, I'll be back at work, and by the time you listen to this, I'll be back at work in July or whenever that is.
So true.
I've decided to go on just stop shooting at 37 weeks.
37 weeks?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's when I've kind of drawn the line.
Yeah.
I'll see how I feel, and if something like pops up and I'm like, whatever, I will. But just like not putting pressure on myself. And it's more so for other people, like, what if I go into labour, and you know, and I kind of want to allow some time for my body to relax and for me not to be so in my head, you know, just thinking about, and I still have my cards and stuff, so I'll be selling them, and I actually need to do some of my own podcasting, so it's just stuff that I want to do that I haven't had any time to do, you know. Yeah. It's gone very quickly. But yeah, so they're out, and then
and these are essentially pregnancy and birth affirmation cards.
So and actually a little bit of postpartum too. Like, there's a few cards in there about just postpartum, because I'm like, I'm going to need them. Yes. Just like acceptance with the body, and
amazing.
But that's what's happening.
So good. And have you started your you've started doing a video with your pregnancy shoots, is that right?
Yes. So that was like a little special that I have. But I've started doing video.
They're amazing. I'm loving seeing them.
I love the video, and I think this is like a part of my realization is like that because, you know, like, I've sat with so much stuff since being pregnant, and like what I do for a living, it was one of them, and I'm like, well, can I do this with a baby? Would I want to take this? Like, just all of the questions, and I like sat with like getting a job and like all of this stuff a bit earlier on, and then I'm like, there's literally nothing else that I would want to do. This just makes me so happy, and I love it so much, and I think that I'm naturally like good at it, and I think I can hold the space for people. And then I was like, well, where do I want to take it? And now my mind's just like thinking way bigger and like, video and starting to more. I want to go down the route of like more creative films and making them more of like little works of art rather than doing like commercial jobs. But I've taken on some commercial stuff now as like, you know, branding stuff because it's like, you know, it's good. But
I've seen a couple of brands on your socials and stuff. They look great.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Like I really cannot complain with the workflow that I've had. Like
fantastic.
And I still feel really good with how much I'm doing and stuff. Yeah. And I just love it. Like it's like I had a friend that was like, oh, like, you know, when are you going to kind of stop? And I'm like, why do I need to? Like if it feels good.
Yeah.
And I think 37 weeks is enough time for me. Like unless I go into labour at like, you know, 37 weeks. But
yes.
We shall see.
Yes, absolutely. And as you say, like you can always cut down the shoots. Like, that's the benefit. If you're doing like 3 shoots a week, then, you know, that's kind of going down to part-time before babes, etc. Amazing. Yay. Oh, exciting. Thanks so much for jumping on the pod. Bye.